And now we're joined by Giants national scout, Jeremy Breit. Jeremy, how are you, man?
Great.
So,
having a fun time during the draft.
Absolutely. Thank you for giving us a couple of minutes. I know you guys are busy. You had eyes on Abdul Carter during this draft process for the Giants. And it's a team process. A lot of scouts put their eyes on these guys and cross-check. So when you first got your eyes on Abdul Carter on tape, what are the things that kind of jumped out at you?
I mean, it's easy when you watch the film with him. The explosiveness, the power, the speed, the competitiveness, it all jumps out. And a guy that can just be special at wherever he's on the field. He jumps off the tape.
Now, he switched positions, right? The first year he was an off-ball linebacker, then he went to edge. So when you're looking at him and you kind of saw him as an off-ball guy, and then he changes positions, how as a scout do you adjust your eyes, and what different things do you look for when he's moving from an off-ball spot to an edge defender?
Yeah, so when he's inside, now you see the instincts, you see the strength, you see the way he goes after the ball, and then when he went to the edge this year, he showed off everything that he has. That explosive off the edge that's the top in the draft. To me, it's the top of any draft. He's a top player in any draft that you look at. The guy can win one-on-ones, and that's what you look for coming off the edge. The bend, the dip, the explosiveness. He can do it all.
And you have different types of edge players, right? You have the 270, 280 bigger guys. He's
right.
more of the upfield, 250-pound smaller guy. What are some of the traits you have to have if you're a smaller edge at that size that you need to succeed because you don't have that, bigger frame and bulk that maybe some of the bigger guys?
Right. Well, I think he can do it all. I think he can set the edge as well. But just the way he uses his hands, the way he uses his leverage, and then it's just the speed off the edge. There's a lot of times you see that tackle's not touching him, and the guys that can win one-on-one without getting touched is pretty special. And he's one of the top special ones that I've seen.
What did you learn about him as an edge and maybe as an off-ball guy that maybe you wouldn't have known if you hadn't seen him play both positions?
Yeah, you see the speed and the range when he's playing inside, and you can see him just when he's chasing inside, and then you see it, and then you watch him on the edge, and you watch the competitiveness and him chasing down on the backside when he's on the outside. So. There's a lot of good things that he does. There's not too many weaknesses in his game, and that's why we love him, and that's why we're excited to have him.
So when I was watching him and I'm taking my notes, and I got through probably about 6 or 7 different pass rush moves, it was like, all right, speed to power, the swipe move. He has the dip and rip, then he has the little ghost move like Von Miller used to do. And I'm like, how is this guy only a one-year edge player? Was it amazing to you as a scout to see how advanced his pass rush repertoire was, given it was his first year doing it full time?
Yeah, they did a great job with him, his coaches. You see everything that you want to in an outside backer, and just all the moves. You see, like you said, the speed, the power, and he uses his hands really well. And again, it's just that natural explosiveness that you can't teach.
And then he played with a pretty serious shoulder injury in that college football playoff game against Notre Dame. And not only did he play through it, he played really well.
Yep.
When you're a scout and you see that, what does that tell you about a player?
Just the competitiveness in the kid, that he wanted to play for his team. He wanted to play for his teammates. And that's what you want. You got to set an identity. And he's the top player on the team. And he's going out there putting it all on the line. And that's what wins games.
How much upside does he still have? Only because he's a younger guy, right? He's only played 1 year on the edge. As a scout, you're not just projecting, all right, this is what the player is now. You're trying to project what he can be.
Right.
How much more does he have to grow?
They all need to grow. He's at the top of the list of guys that doesn't need as much, but he'll definitely learn from the coaching here. He's going to be playing against better tackles throughout the league that he's played at week in and week out, and he's going to learn how to set up more of his moves against top tackles. And again, having the guys that we have to complement him is going to be amazing to watch.
Last two. Fitting in the system, how much as a scout do you talk to, Charlie Bowen, talk to Shane Bowen about how he works and what you should be looking for a player that plays that spot in the Giants defense?
Yeah, our coaches do a great job of telling us what they need, what they're looking for. It makes our job a lot easier going out on the road to fit what they want into the defense. We work as one group, one team, and try to get the best that we can.
And finally, I interacted with him for literally like 45 seconds yesterday as he walked around. But he seems to have a real seriousness to him and an edge to him. You kind of want that out of a defensive player, right? A guy that has that kind of intensity about him all the time?
Absolutely. I think he sets he's going to add to our identity on defense of just relentless and getting after the passer. And you see what we've added on top of that, and you look at our depth on the D-line and the outside backers, and it gets you excited.
Yes, it does. Jeremy, good stuff, man. I appreciate it. Jeremy Breit, Giants national scout.